back to another episode of Revealing Biblical Truths. In this video, we will explore Mount Hermon. This mountain is very significant in terms of Bible history as well as influence in modern culture and society. But before we begin, don't forget to smash that like button, share, subscribe, and comment down below if you want to see any other topic you want me to speak on. Now, let's talk about Mount Hermon. Mount Hermon lies on the northern side of modern-day Israel. It is on the border between Lebanon and Syria and is 9,232 feet above sea level. It's approximately halfway between the Sea of Galilee, where Yahusha taught, and Damascus, where Paul went. Why is this mountain so important, though? This mountain is the place where several critical events took place in Scripture. The first of these is when the watcher angels descended on the mountain in the days of Yared. This is recorded in Enoch chapter 7. It happened after the sons of men had multiplied in those days, that daughters were born to them, elegant and beautiful. And when the angels, the sons of heaven, beheld them, they became enamored with them, saying to each other, Come, let us select for ourselves wives from the progeny of men, and let us beget them. Then the leader Semyaza said to them, I fear that you may perhaps be indisposed to the performance of this enterprise, and that I alone shall suffer for so grievous a crime. But they answered him and said, We all swear, and bind ourselves by mutual execrations, that we will not change our intention, but execute our projected undertaking. Then they all swore together, and all bound themselves by mutual execrations. Their whole number was 200, who descended upon Ardis, which is the top of Mount Hermon. That mountain therefore was called Hermon, because they had sworn upon it, and bound themselves by mutual execrations. These are the names of their chiefs: Semyaza, who was the leader, Urakabaramiel, Akabiel, Tamiel, Ramuel, Danel, Azkiel, Sarachniel, Azael, Armers, Batraal, Anane, Zavabe, Samzabiel, Ertael, Turel, Yomyael, Araziel. These were the prefects of the 200 angels, and the remainder were all with them. Then they took wives, each choosing for himself, whom they began to approach, and with whom they cohabitated, teaching them sorcery, incantations, and the dividing of roots and trees. And the women conceiving brought forth giants, whose stature was each 300 cubits. These giants were also mentioned in several books of the Bible, including Genesis, where in the Hebrew language the word is called Nephilim. These first-generation giants were huge. 300 cubits is the length of the ark. That puts things into perspective, doesn't it? That's 515 feet tall. Let's look at the account in Genesis to corroborate the story. And it came to be, when the men began to increase on the face of the earth, and the daughters were born to them, that the sons of Elohim saw the daughters of men that they were good, and they took wives for themselves of all whom they chose. And Yahweh said, My spirit shall not strive with man forever in his going astray. He is flesh, and in his days shall be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of Elohim came in to the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. These were the mighty men who were of old, the men of name. So this mountain is where the watcher angels came down and then proceeded to mate with women and produce the Nephilim giants. Evidence of these giants is enormous, though in recent times there has been a systematic purging and taking of bones to hide the evidence of this fact and change the narrative. In addition, many churches teach that the sons of Elohim simply refers to the good sons of Seth. However, this cannot be. Regular men and women cannot produce giants. And this phrase, the sons of Elohim, also appears in Job chapter 38, verse 7, where it says, When the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of Elohim shouted for joy. This is talking about the creation of the world, something that happened hundreds of years before Noah and the flood. Now let's fast forward to the book of Jude, which also corroborates the story. In verse 6, it says, And the messengers who did not keep their own principality, but left their own dwelling, he has kept in everlasting shackles under darkness for the judgment of a great day. So we have three witnesses of Scripture for this event. Even the name Yared, or Jared in English, means to descend. This mountain is also significant in the life of Yahushua HaMashiach. In Matthew 16, verse 18, Yahushua is talking to his disciples, and he relays an important message to them. He says, "And I also say to you that you are Kepha, and on this rock I shall build my assembly, and the gates of Sheol shall not overcome it." The Greek word there is Hades. In English is translated hell. This area at the base of the Mount Hermon was well known to the Greeks and locals as the gates of Hades, because they believed that opening to that cave it led to Hades, which was not only the place of the dead, but one of their gods. So Yahushua was making an example there, and saying not even the grave would stop him from accomplishing his mission. In addition, many believe this mountain is where Yahushua took Peter, James, and John when he was transfigured. It was the only high mountain around, and would make sense chronologically. Even in the media today, we have examples of truth being hidden in plain sight. Here is the introduction to Paramount Pictures for their movies. Let's watch this and analyze it. So in this video, we see 22 stars fall from heaven and then descend and surround a tall mountain. This is the same story as recorded in Enoch and Genesis. The 22 stars represent the 22 leaders of the Watcher Angels, and in the Bible, it calls stars angels several times. They then descend on the mountain just as they did in the days of Yared on Mount Hermon. As you can see from Scripture, and even in modern day, this mountain was significant and still stands as a piece of evidence for us to behold. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Till next time, Shalom.